Your kitchen is not a safe zone. It's a chemical exchange. Every time you cook a meal, store leftovers, or even grab a receipt at the grocery store, you're actively, without knowing it, altering your hormonal balance. Heat, fat, and friction turn everyday materials into delivery systems. The plastic spatula stirring sauce, the non-stick pan frying eggs, the receipt you crumple and toss are all transferring molecules into your body that interfere with testosterone, estrogen, and how your metabolism handles fat. This isn't panic, it's biology, and once you understand the mechanisms, the fixes are straightforward. Start with visceral fat, the fat you can't see. This isn't the fat you pinch under your skin. It sits deep in the abdomen, wrapped around the liver, kidneys, and intestines. You can look lean and still carry dangerous levels of it. Visceral fat is metabolically active. It constantly releases inflammatory signals and free fatty acids. Unlike subcutaneous fat, it ignores insulin's signal to stop. So even after you eat, it keeps dumping fat into the bloodstream. Your pancreas responds by pumping out more insulin. Over time, cells stop listening. Blood sugar stays high, then crashes. You feel hungry, tired, and foggy. This cycle drives type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and a sharply higher risk of metastatic cancer. The problem grows quietly. Visceral fat increases with age, even if weight doesn't. 2 weeks of short sleep, about 4 hours a night, can raise visceral fat by over 10% without changing the scale. A few days of ultra-processed overeating can trigger fatty liver and brain insulin resistance. This is the biological backdrop that makes chemical exposures matter more. Now the chemicals. The big three are endocrine disruptors, BPA, phthalates, and PFAS. They don't kill cells, they confuse signals. Hormones work at tiny doses, so small chemical signals can have outsized effects. BPA shows up in plastic bottles, can linings, and thermal receipts. It's absorbed through skin and the gut. Higher BPA exposure has been linked to dramatically lower testosterone in adolescent boys. Phthalates make plastic flexible. They're fat-soluble, so when plastic wraps cheese or meat, they migrate straight into the food. Men with higher levels show lower testosterone and poorer sperm quality. PFAS, the forever chemicals, are used in non-stick cookware and stain-resistant coatings. They persist in the body, disrupt thyroid function, and accelerate ovarian aging. One source deserves special attention: black plastic kitchen utensils. The black color often means recycled electronics, which contain brominated flame retardants. When these utensils touch hot, especially acidic food, those compounds leach into the meal. They accumulate in body fat and disrupt hormones. There's no benefit here and no safe level. Replace them with wood, stainless steel, or tested pure silicone. It's one of the easiest wins. Exposure isn't only through food. Thermal receipts are coated with BPA at high concentrations. Handling one receipt, especially after using lotion or hand sanitizer, can spike absorption through the skin. Cashiers who handle receipts all day have some of the highest BPA levels measured. The fix is simple. Choose email receipts, don't crumple paper you don't need, and if you work retail, use nitrile gloves. Then the obvious sources. Non-stick pans release PFAS when heated and as coatings wear. Switch to stainless steel, cast iron, or carbon steel. Plastic bottles shed microplastics and contain bisphenols. Smaller particles can enter the bloodstream. Acidic foods like hot sauce accelerate leaching from plastic. Store food and condiments in glass or stainless steel. Avoid plastic-lined coffee cups. Blending plastic sheds far more particles than storage. Here's the good news. Your body can clear many of these compounds. BPA must be made water-soluble to be excreted, and foods like broccoli, especially broccoli sprouts, activate the enzymes that do this. You don't need perfection. Remove the biggest, easiest sources first. Clean up the kitchen tools, cookware, storage, and receipts. Use filtered water. Choose fresh or frozen over canned. The takeaway is simple. Visceral fat amplifies insulin resistance. Endocrine disruptors accelerate hormonal decline, but small, deliberate changes dramatically reduce exposure. This is about understanding the system, not fearing it, and using that understanding to regain control.